Good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Peyton. I'm the well-seasoned traveler. Today is day 10 in my 30 for 30 YouTube challenge. I've posted 8 videos thus far. Today's video number 8. I'm a little behind, but I'm going to make it in the 30 for 30 challenge. So today I want to talk to you about some cons of being a hotel consultant. Yesterday I talked about the pros of being a hotel consultant. I will link that video below, but today we're going to talk about the cons. Just briefly, being a hotel consultant is essentially being a temp in a hotel. There are about 13 different areas in the hotel that you can work in as a temp. And it is contract work. You take a contract, you work for a certain length of time, and then you leave. You are paid, you are given a hotel room, your food is reimbursed up to a certain dollar amount, and you work and live in the hotel that your contract is in. So it's a really, really good way to save money. I've said it many times, I haven't paid rent since 2021. Which is pretty incredible. And mostly because I've been doing hotel contracting, and then in my little bits of off time, I've either been traveling or staying with family. So I haven't had to pay rent I'm going on almost 3 years now. So hotel contracting is great. It certainly takes a certain kind of personality, but I do highly recommend you look into it, particularly if you are looking to make some money and leave the States. But let's talk about some cons of hotel contracting, okay? The first con is there are no benefits to hotel contracting. So that's a little bit of it is a con, but it's not completely accurate. So some contracts, the company pays you, not the hotel. The company will pay you, in which case no taxes are taken out. So you're not receiving any benefits. In some cases, and a lot more cases now, I'm seeing a lot of hotels require that the hotel hire you for the time being that you are contracted. So the hotel will hire you, which means you can then sign up for benefits. Now, keep in mind, a lot of hotels, hotel companies require that you work there for 3 months before the benefits even kick in. So if you have a 4, 6, 8 week contract, you're not, even if you sign up for the benefits won't, you won't be eligible because you won't be there long enough. So not having any benefits is a real con, particularly that 401k match. Is definitely a huge con, and things that you don't really consider, like paying into unemployment. So when there is another pandemic, and there will be one, not that the US is going to shut down or stop working this time around, that's not going to happen. But when there is another pandemic or another issue, I'm also not eligible for unemployment through the state that I live in, right? Because hotel contracts, even if you are hired by the hotel, you may be hired, like I would have been hired in California. I was hired in Illinois, so I paid taxes in Illinois. I was hired in New York, so I paid taxes in New York. But I live, according to the government, I live in New Jersey. So I'm not eligible for any of the New Jersey unemployment if something were to happen. That's a huge con, and something you really need to take into account as you are doing this. You hope nothing happens. You hope, everything is fine, but you do have to take that into account. On the plus side, with hotel contracting, some contracts pay taxes, some don't, but all of the money comes to you for the most part. So you can then put it in savings and still achieve your savings goals that way, okay? So no benefits is a very big con. Second to that is no health insurance. Most hotels, again, require you to stay there for 3 months before insurance benefits kick in. So I don't have health insurance here in the US. Now, I do have it through the state that I live in, New Jersey. So you may be able to apply for health benefits through your state. Especially good because I'm an independent contractor, so I can't say how much money I'm going to be making in any given year. So I fall under the category of don't make an income, which means my health benefits are essentially free in the state of New Jersey. Not every state is like that. You'll have to, play it by ear depending on the state that you live in or the state that the government believes that you live in. But not having health insurance is really something to consider. I've been very lucky, knock wood, that I have been healthy. I do remember doing an assignment and a woman hurt herself. I think she sprained her ankle really, really badly and couldn't go. I think she maybe went to urgent care, but just certainly couldn't afford to go get health care without health insurance. That is a definite con of this position. However, I also know that the majority of Americans can't afford to go see a doctor. So you take that for what it's worth, right? Number 3, another con is this is contract work. So you do not know how often you will be working, how long throughout the year you will be working. So right now I'm in a contract. My contract will end February 23rd. I have no idea if I'll be able to get another job on February 26th and start working again, take the weekend off and start working again someplace else, which is what I need to do in order to both hit my financial goals and save up the money I need to go to Europe in May. I just don't know. And I may find a job on the 26th. It may be a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So you have to plan that in as well. Being a contractor means you just can't rely on, work being there for you when you need it. You have to make sure that you have enough savings to get you through some of the slow periods. I had intended not to work in December, which I did not do, but once January came around, I was ready to start working. There weren't any jobs, so I freaked out a little bit and ended up taking a job in a suburb, which is not my wheelhouse, shall we say. I'm not a suburban girl. I don't like being in the suburbs at all. So I took a position out of stress that I wasn't sure when another job was coming and I needed to start working because I needed to start making money. So there is that. The contract work aspect can be a con. It is a pro because, like I said in my pros video, I organize my year, my holidays throughout the year, and then I work around those holidays. So it's a pro in that sense that I don't have to request time off or be told no. I already know when I'm planning to travel, and so I'll just work around that schedule, and I have hard stops for when I'm going to Europe, when I'm spending time with family, that sort of thing. So it is definitely a pro, but the con is you do not know when your next job is coming. It could be a few days, it could be a few weeks. So you do have to plan accordingly and take that into account in terms of your financial goals. Number 4, another con is you live in a hotel. This hotel, as you can see, I've got a sliding glass door. This hotel is fantastic because I have a sliding glass door and a little bitty balcony. Most hotels do not have windows that open, so you can be stuck in a essentially windowless room for months at a time. It is not fun, particularly during the winter when it is harder, and depending on where you are, harder and colder to get outside, harder, colder, and darker once you do go outside. So being kind of trapped in a hotel room, then going to working in the same building that you live in, meaning you really don't go outside, you have to force yourself to go outside. It can wreak a little havoc on your mental health and your physical health, but it's something to consider. If you can make it in living in a room for months at a time, possibly years at a time. At this point, I've been doing this for a couple of years, so I've now spent a couple of years living in hotels. It gets tough. It gets really, really tough. And then afterwards, when you're not living in a hotel, I struggle. I used to love to cook, but because I live in a hotel and all my meals are made for me, when I leave a hotel, I struggle to cook. I end up spending a lot of money buying food, pre-made food, buying from restaurants and that sort of thing, because I'm so used to it that getting in front of a stove makes me like, oh, right? Like I don't even want to do it anymore. So living in a hotel can be a struggle. I'm very lucky. I am in places where the homeless population is large, so I know how lucky I am to have a roof over my head and a warm shower and a bed and heat and air conditioning, but it does get challenging after a few months of kind of forcing yourself to leave the building in order to get any fresh air at all. Last and definitely not least, I am seeing salary stagnation right now in hotel consulting. I currently am making less than I was making last year, which I do not appreciate at all. A couple of the jobs that I've been up for, they are all paying less than what I was making last year. So salary stagnation is real in the hotel industry. I am seeing it industry-wide. Salaries have been stagnant. When I've looked at permanent jobs, the salaries that they've been offering are the same salary I was making pre-COVID. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So salary stagnation is real. You are able to ask for more money. Sometimes you'll get a yes, sometimes you'll get a no, but I am seeing salary stagnation that is not making me happy at all. So that's something to take into account as well. In most jobs, you hope to make more money year over year. Hotel contracting, you can't necessarily guarantee that you'll be making more money year over year. Now, working with different companies can provide you different salaries. So that is something that I made more money with another company than I am with the current company I'm with. But again, the other company doesn't have any jobs right now. So it doesn't matter. I needed to make money. And unfortunately, I had to take a little less than what I would like to take in order for the money to start coming in. So salary stagnation is a real issue, but it's a real issue whether you're taking a contract job, a permanent job. It's an issue in the States. All right, so those are 5 cons of hotel consulting. No benefits. What was number 2? Oh gosh, I already forgot. No health insurance, contract work, living in a hotel, and salary stagnations. Those are all things that make contracting work, being a hotel consultant, more difficult. But, you know, if you think it's worth it, if it's something that you can get into, I still recommend it. I still am enjoying doing it. I say enjoying. I don't like to work. I don't ever want to work, so I don't really enjoy it. I enjoy it as much as I could possibly enjoy working, which is not at all because I was not built to work. But I am enjoying it for the most part as much as I can, and it is going to help me achieve my goals and get out of the States by the end of this year. So it is part of my expat plan for now, and then potentially, you know, we'll see how things go next year. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that you're confused about or you'd like more information on in terms of hotel contracting. I love to talk about hotel contracting. I wish more people would get into hotels. I think it is a very underrated way to travel and see the world. And particularly for Black and brown folks, it's not an industry that we're told even exists. So most of us fall into it by happenstance, and I wish there was more direct pulling of us into the hotel industry, because there are so many opportunities and so many opportunities to travel, and lots of people are able to get into hotels and then travel the world as they work. And never have to worry about a paycheck because they can go to any hotel and work and be in a different place. So I highly recommend looking into hotel work. If you haven't yet, go to a hotel in your area. They are hiring for sure. They may not be hiring in the area that you want to be in, but get your foot in the door, start working, work for 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and then go into contracting. Get your knowledge of the system. Marriott has its own system. Hilton has its own system. What's the other hotel? Marriott, Hilton, Wyndham, I'm not sure. I would assume Wyndham has their own system. Crown has their own system. IHG has their own system. So pick a hotel type, get in there, learn the system, and then you can get into hotel contracting relatively easily after that. All right, thank you. This was a long one, but thank you for sticking with me. Again, my name is Peyton. I'm the Well Seasoned Traveler, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.